Hi and welcome to Sparkles, the show where we prove crafting is messy by making a mess. Today we're going to be making the Happy Bee-Star Day card out of the Annie's Kit of the Month Club. And so I thought I would take you on this journey and show you how this one goes. Again, I've pre-cut some of the paper, and again I want to see if this can be done using just the wet glue, pair of scissors, and either a paper trimmer or a pencil and ruler. Really, how much equipment does this need? One thing I'm noticing so far, at least for this month's kit, is that stamps really were an accessory. There was, I think, one little part on one card that called for a stamp, and I didn't end up doing it. So, let's see where we go. Now, this one called for you to cut the piece of polka dots into 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches. And it called for you to cut a piece of this coral waves into 3 1/4 inches square. It also asked for a couple of die cuts. So the first thing we're going to do is center and adhere this piece of paper. And the nice thing about wet glue is you get the ability to kind of move it around a bit. And I do notice that this paper is good enough quality that the wet glue doesn't soak through and create an issue where the paper warps and turns all funny. Today for wet glue, I'm using Elmer's Craft Bond Quick Dry Glue. So, the next one to come up is, again, I am going to start at the top here because I just found it worked out better for me. Your mileage may vary. So for this one, I am going to take some white glue on the outside, just a thin layer, and I am going to pop down this pink piece so that it is perfectly overlaid. Nice and even with no glue leaking through. Then I am going to take the double layer, glue it again, take my piece of acetate, which already has the backing peeled off. So double check that. Yes, it does. And I'm going to glue that down. Now, with this way, you do run a risk of getting a little bit of wet glue here, which you can just clean up. But, like I said, I found it centered better for me. That's my experience. Your mileage may vary. So I'm going to take the card base out of the way. Again, I'm going to take out these dimensional strips. And I am going to build a little shaker. So, I'm in them. And I like to build kind of like a container designed to hold all of the sequins and not be seen. But you can, if you like to measure each side and then cut and trim, you can do that as well. Everybody has their own preferences, and so long as your sequins aren't leaking out, you haven't done it wrong. So the great thing about crafting is that there's a lot of ways to do it right. And we can all play in the same sandbox. So, this one here wants to be filled with the round sequins. So I'm going to take the round sequins and give them a nice pinch load while I sprinkle some sequins all over the place. Like I said, here crafting gets messy. So we take that And then for the background, it wants that blue square die cut. So a lot of these came out of the die cuts, and one of the things that I am impressed with is how much of the kit is extra. There are a lot of die cuts in this that were never planned for use in any card. There's even acetate pieces that weren't planned for use in cards that don't have card pieces to go with them. So I think that's really cool because it definitely shows that they are trying to give you a kit bigger than the, I believe it's 8 to 10 cards that they promise. And I'm impressed by things like that, right? So then you get this little shaker box. So what I'd like to do is take this one and we'll center it. And I like that with this paper, these dots, you can use them to help you line everything up, so long as you cut it straight in the first part. And then give a nice glue on the back of the shaker part, so it stays nice and strong. And center that as well. So that is the Happy Bee Star Day shaker card. Thank you for joining us and have a wonderful day.